So it is absolutely boiling here in the UK and probably in a lot of places as well in the Northern Hemisphere as we reach the apex of the summer. And it does make a couple of things a bit more difficult doing the hobby. So let's explore that a little bit more. I'll see you after this. Hello and welcome to the Hobby Corner. My name's Kev and today I want to discuss a little something that is, it seems a bit trivial and it seems a bit like, that doesn't really need a video. But to be honest, a lot of people don't really discuss it enough. And it's what to do with the hobby in the bad weather. I say bad weather because I'm more of a winter person really. But in the hot weather, especially heat waves. Of course, the caveat being you stay cool, you stay hydrated, you take plenty of breaks, sun cream, I guess, if you go outside. But for those who are determined to make the most of whatever free time they have and to do the hobby, there are a few things that you can do to still get hobby done, but not necessarily in the way you traditionally think. Well, actually, I just solved the entire video really quickly. Quite simply, just get yourself a fan. Not a bladed one, but just a tower one because, it's more energy efficient. They do better at cooling you off. And also, they sound amazing up against your mic. So, yeah, get yourself a fan and that solves all of your problems. But if having a fan is not an option, then carry on watching the video for no apparent reason except that I made a video, I guess. Oh yeah, don't forget, keep windows open as well. Just have the curtains closed. Anyway, yes, painting is a real ball ache in this weather, and it doesn't even really matter if you've got a wet palette. If you are in a traditional British home which is built to keep you warm more than anything else, it is very, very difficult to stay cool in them. For our cousins across the seas, yes, we don't have air conditioning built into our places. No, well, the new builds, the skyrocketingly expensive yet supposedly affordable new housing do have air conditioning built in, but for most of the country we don't have air conditioning. We just have windows. And some places don't even have big windows either. So, anyways, I digress. What can you do to circumvent this problem? Well, some people use wet palettes, and wet palettes are good. But you know what? If you are doing prolonged sessions of painting, the wet palettes can even dry out. And you can keep topping them up with water. But at the end of the day, you're gonna more or less struggle because the paint on your brush is going to dry a lot faster in the heat. It's just, that's science, I guess. Victory sip for the science dudes. Stay hydrated. What does that say? Love and laughter. Big love to everyone. Boom. Anyway, back to the subject. So what can you do instead of painting? Well, there's actually a lot of things that you can actually do. The most obvious one is build stuff. I'm sure everyone out there is going to have a kit or two or 40 odd issues worth of kits to build. It's easy to put off building stuff when you are engaged in painting your miniatures, and when you keep, plowing on ahead with all your painting, sometimes you can forget to build stuff, and I actually prefer building stuff, so it's not really an issue for me. But yeah, build some stuff. Maybe get a bit creative with it, especially because of this weather. The glue will dry faster, which means that there's less waiting time between gluing bits together, so you can have more fun being creative with what you do. or just really getting those more difficult fiddly kits put together that, you know, you can't wait to hang around for. Just tidy up your hobby space. It's a very basic thing, but it's very easy to neglect the space that you do have. Leave paint pots everywhere, tissues from, you know, drying your brush or doing the dry brushing. Hashtag dry brush like a pro. It's so wrong, throwing used tissues everywhere. Yeah, that is paint. In the bin. But yeah, you know, like, you're gonna have like half-used packs of stuff. You're gonna have paint handles everywhere, pots, miniatures strewn around that you've been building because of the first point that I put. Cables everywhere, you know, like, I mean, Poundland, it's a great place for like these little clippy things, like, you know, or cable ties even. But if you want, if like me, you move your cameras around a lot of stuff, and, you know, if you're working with cameras or microphones or lighting, neaten up your cables. I mean, it's very important. It helps stop things getting tangled up in that. Hoover the floor is such a basic thing, but a lot of people who have hobby spaces, it's usually in a corner of somewhere, and when you've got boxes of stuff everywhere and you've got mountains of sprues and magazines and stuff like that, you can forget to just, you know, run a hoover over it. And I know a lot of you will be scared, oh, because I dropped that little piece that I really needed, you know, for that really cool mini. If I hoover, it's gonna get sucked up. Well, I mean, if it's considered lost, then it's considered lost. Either that, or, you know, you could just put like a sock or a tight over the nozzle of a vacuum and just hoover around on the floor, and then it will suck up the bit, but it won't go down the tube. And you can, there you go, you found it. But once you've done that, you can just hoover it, because the amount of bits of sprue and dry paint and all that nonsense that's going to be in and around your hobby area, it builds up quite quickly. So yeah, give it a little spring clean. You can even dust off the shells of your models. I'm sure a lot of you can get yourselves really soft little brushes, just dust away your minis. But that's another thing done. Just leave the house even. I mean, it's still a scary time for a lot of people because of the pandemic. It's still here. It hasn't gone away. It's just the condition of where we are at the moment is different to how we were a year ago. That being said, just step outside, soak in a bit of sun, make sure you got some sun cream on though. Ah, what a beautiful day. That's hot. Tastes like bacon now. Soak in that sun. That vitamin D don't produce itself out of nothing. You gotta get some sun on your skin, and it will do wonders for your mental health as well. So take it in, and, you know, shout at your neighbors over the fence. But yeah, the most important thing is that if you do want to do some hobby, don't be hard on yourself, because the heat is gonna take it out of you, especially if you got a room or space that's not very well ventilated and it gets warm very easily. You can move your hobby somewhere else, or just take a break from it. It's not going to be the end of the world if you don't get any hobby done. I hope this sort of helps motivate you to still want to do some hobby, but at the same time, oh yeah, if you're with the magazine subscriptions, this is a perfect time to sort out your folders if you've been neglecting them. Get those blooming pages put in the right order. Just remember, there's a couple of pages, only 2 I think, in the entire collection so far, that's the wrong icon on it. But that's it. You can figure it out. Really easy where it goes. Well, you know, check out one of those Facebook groups that are in the description down below. There'll be someone who'll know. Yeah, well, oh yeah, you can use this time to plan projects out. So if you're like me, you're not very well organized, You're prone to procrastination, just putting stuff off really, or getting sidetracked really easy, you know, like a hobby butterfly. Then use this time to write down a list of what you want to get done in the next couple of weeks, once the heat has died down a bit, and then sort of plan goals of when to accomplish them. And it's sort of you kind of got to be realistic with yourself. You got to think, okay, like for example, I got 4 new issues today, one of which is a paint issue. The other 3 are build issues, one of them which is a train issue as well. I can get all that built maybe 2 evenings without staying up too late once the kids are asleep. So that's that done. And then the 3rd evening I could get them primed if it's cool enough. If not, that's fine. I'll put it off another night or 2. Instead of priming those, I can go back and find something else that needs building and build that. Job done. So just jot that down, make sure it's to hand. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. You've got yourself a plan to do hobby that's realistic and flexible. So there we go. There's not much more else to say about it. Just, you know, make sure you stay cool, you stay hydrated, you stay safe, stay in the shade, stay creamed up with sun cream, and don't move furniture around in the middle of a heat wave. That's not going to help you. That'll be enough for me for today. If you want to see more of me, I am live every Monday at 8:30 to do little battle plans and battle reports, and on Fridays at 8 PM to just do hobby hangouts and interviews on the odd occasion. Any other time I'm just randomly dropping videos, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss them. Just hit that little button there and the bell icon next to it. Make sure you click all so you don't miss a single video, and like, share, comment down below what you think. Is there any other tips that you have on what to do if it's just too hot to paint? Let me know in the comments below, and let's get a discussion going, shall we? Until next time, big love to you. Peace.